In the heart of Sarajevo, 1914, a gunshot is about to echo across the world, setting the stage for a global upheaval. On this stage, early 20th century Europe was a hotbed of political tensions. The continent was a complex web of alliances and rivalries, a delicate balance of power that was just waiting for a spark to ignite it. And that spark was about to come in the unlikeliest of places, the quiet city of Sarajevo. Imagine a ticking clock, each tick echoing the passing seconds, the mounting tension, the countdown to a pivotal moment in history. A moment that would change the world as we know it. From the towering palaces of Vienna to the bustling streets of London, from the lavish courts of St. Petersburg to the vibrant plazas of Madrid, the entire continent was on edge, unknowingly perched on the brink of an era-defining catastrophe. This is the story of how one moment can change the course of history. Enter Archduke Franz Ferdinand, a crucial figure within the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Born in Graz, Austria in 1863, he was a man of considerable influence and power, poised to ascend the throne of an empire straddling diverse cultures and ethnicities. The Archduke, however, was not your typical royal. He was known for his progressive views, which often put him at odds with the conservative court in Vienna. He passionately believed in a united empire, an Austro-Hungarian federation where all nationalities would be equal. This vision was a radical departure from the existing system where the German-speaking Austrians and the Hungarians held dominance over the rest of the empire's diverse population. The Archduke's plans for reform, however, were viewed with suspicion and resentment by various factions within the empire. They feared that his proposed changes would undermine their power and destabilize the delicate balance that held the empire together. Little did they realize that the Archduke's dreams of unity would never come to fruition. Outside the political sphere, Franz Ferdinand was a devoted family man. He was deeply in love with his wife, Countess Sophie Chotek, a love story that was, in itself, a break from tradition. Sophie was not of royal blood, and their marriage was morganatic, meaning she and their children had no claim to the throne. Despite the royal court's disapproval, Franz Ferdinand's love for Sophie never wavered. Their bond remained strong, a testament to the Archduke's disregard for rigid aristocratic conventions. As we delve deeper into the life of this influential figure, it's important to remember that, behind the political machinations and the grand visions of unity, was a man who loved his family and his country deeply. He had dreams of a better future for his empire, dreams that were tragically cut short. Little did he know that his life was on a collision course with destiny. June 28, 1914, a day that would forever be etched in the annals of history. The morning dawned bright and clear in Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. It was a day of celebration, the anniversary of the Battle of Kosovo, a date of immense significance for the Serbian nationalists. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, was visiting the city with his wife, Duchess Sophie. This was not merely a casual visit, it held political undertones, a show of authority over the troubled province. The royal couple was to travel through the city in a motorcade, a procession of open-top cars, with the Archduke and his wife in the third vehicle. The route was well publicized, a fact that would prove fatal. As the motorcade made its way through the city, 7 young men lined the road, each with a single shared intention: to assassinate the Archduke. Their first attempt failed when a bomb thrown at the Archduke's car bounced off and exploded under the following vehicle. Shaken but unhurt, the royal couple insisted on continuing their visit. Here is where the story takes a fateful turn. Later that day, as the Archduke's driver attempted to avoid the city center, he took a wrong turn onto Franz Josef Street. Unbeknownst to him, one of the would-be assassins, 19-year-old Gavrilo Princip, was standing at a nearby cafe, having assumed his mission had failed. As fate would have it, the driver realized his mistake and stopped the car to turn around, right in front of the very spot where Princip stood. Seizing this unexpected opportunity, Princip stepped forward and fired 2 shots, hitting both the Archduke and his wife. In a cruel twist of fate, a wrong turn led the Archduke straight into the path of his assassin. The echoes of those gunshots would reverberate across the globe, setting into motion a series of events that would forever change the course of history. The Archduke's death was the spark that ignited a powder keg. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand set off a chain reaction that would alter the course of history. In the immediate aftermath of the assassination, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia. Serbia, with the backing of Russia, would not accept all the conditions, leading Austria-Hungary to declare war. This diplomatic crisis quickly escalated into a global conflict. Like dominoes falling one after the other, nations were drawn into the conflict due to the complex network of alliances and treaties that had been established in the years leading up to 1914. Russia, bound by a treaty with Serbia, declared war on Austria-Hungary. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, declared war on Russia. France, in turn, bound by an alliance with Russia, found itself at war with Germany. Suddenly, the world was embroiled in a conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation. The carefully balanced power structures of the early 20th century were thrown into chaos. This was not a localized conflict or a series of skirmishes, but a full-scale war involving major world powers. It was the start of what we now know as the First World War. One by one, countries were pulled into the vortex of conflict, their fates tied to alliances and obligations formed in the halls of power. This was the domino effect in action. A single assassination had set off a chain reaction that led to a global conflict, causing the death and suffering of millions. The intricate web of alliances, the power struggles, the nationalistic fervor, all these factors played a role in shaping the events that followed the assassination. But it was the death of Archduke Franz Ferdinand that served as the catalyst, the spark that ignited the powder keg of tension simmering beneath the surface. The world, as it was known then, was about to change forever. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was the domino that set off a chain reaction, leading to a global conflict that would reshape the world and leave an indelible mark on human history. The gunshot in Sarajevo sent ripples through time, its echoes still heard today. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, in a twist of fate and a series of unfortunate coincidences, was the spark that ignited the first flame of World War I. But the gunshot didn't just start a war, its echoes reverberated across the globe, shaping the course of the 20th century and beyond. The immediate aftermath of the assassination saw a series of rapid-fire events. The Austro-Hungarian Empire, backed by Germany, declared war on Serbia. This set off a chain reaction of alliances, declarations, and mobilizations. The dominoes had started to fall, and within weeks the world was at war. But the gunshot's echoes didn't stop at the end of the war. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in June 1919, aimed to ensure peace by punishing Germany and setting up the League of Nations. Yet these attempts to secure long-term peace only sowed the seeds for future conflict. Germany, burdened with the blame for the war and saddled with hefty reparations, plunged into economic turmoil. This crisis, coupled with the national humiliation, paved the way for the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. The gunshot in Sarajevo thus indirectly contributed to the onset of World War II, a conflict even more devastating than the first. But it didn't end there. The reshaping of national borders and the creation of new states in the aftermath of the war led to ethnic tensions and conflicts that continue to this day. The dissolution of empires and the birth of nation-states laid the groundwork for the modern political landscape. The echoes of that gunshot also resonate in the realm of international relations. The failure of the League of Nations underscored the need for a more effective international organization, leading to the creation of the United Nations after the Second World War. And let's not forget the human cost. The war claimed the lives of over 17 million people and left countless others physically and emotionally scarred. These losses had profound social and cultural impacts, influencing art, literature, and societal norms. So you see, the gunshot in Sarajevo was more than just the trigger of a global conflict. It was a catalyst for change, for better or worse, in nearly every aspect of human life. Its echoes can be heard in the rise and fall of empires, in the boundaries on a world map, in the pages of a history book, and in the collective memory of humanity. History is a reminder that the actions of a single moment can echo through centuries. The gunshot in Sarajevo is one such echo that we still hear today.